Hey everyone, this is me again on a person, back with a brand new video, and today we have 4/5 out of the Decade of Domination Series 2 figures, or the set. So, I did go to Walmart. Actually, there's 3 Walmarts in my area, and 2 of them didn't have any of them. And the third one that I went to, which is actually the shady one, the one that nobody likes to go to, had all of these beauties, plus the Undertaker Elite that I reviewed a couple videos ago. The 30 years one. I was unfortunately unable to find Kane, but I think this works out perfectly because Kane is such an important and perfect figure. It's the figure that everybody wants from the set, right? I think that once I do get Kane, hopefully if I do get Kane, I'm going to make a whole video on him separately when I compare him to the other Kanes in my collection, because I do have the ring set exclusive one, the one that, you know, it's basically the same figure. And I just make a whole video about it, just go in depth with him. These, I like them, of course I wanted them, but I think one video and all of these will suffice. We're gonna go through all of them individually, not in too much detail, because I'm sure you guys have watched plenty of videos like this. I just wanted to put out mine. I'm just gonna give you my thoughts, you know, just kind of just overview them, not really review them in depth. So yeah, let's go ahead and open these up, and we'll get the video started. Alright, so here they all are out of the box and in all of their glory, and I gotta say, I love each and every single one of these figures. Just wow. I talked about it. Actually, no, I didn't. Sorry, I made a video unboxing them, but then I deleted it. I forgot about that. But I want to talk about how I don't know if you guys have heard, but there is a movement. Sorry, there is a movement on Instagram. I don't know what his name is. It's WWE figure collector or something. I don't know, but we've talked before, and he's basically, he spams Bill McKenna and all of the you know, the makers and the creators of these figures on their live streams, on their posts, anywhere, just basically telling them and you know, asking them to give us more Ruthless Aggression era figures, because and this is true, all we ever get is Legends, Golden Era, flashbacks from the Ruthless Aggression era, and the PGA era figures. And what I would like to say about that is that my stance on this is that, yeah, I do want more Ruthless Aggression figures, but it's, I can definitely understand why they don't put them out that much, because the Ruthless Aggression era is such like an awkward era in the year of WWE. It's kind of like puberty, because like these figures, they're not old enough to be flashbacks. They're not, you know, Ruthless Aggression. They're not 30, 20 years old. But they're also not modern day figures. So they don't really fit in anywhere. They can't really put them in a flashback because they're not really. But they're also not, they're old attires, and, you know, they can't put them, they're not PG era. They're not modern day. So, but they have to, in order to put them out, you know, these are all Ruthless Aggression. In order to put these out, they had to make a whole new set for these, the Decade of Domination. So I think moving forward, they really need to take this into consideration, because they do sell. Both the first set and the second set, they sold like that. The pre-orders in Walmart, they were gone. If you check on Mercari, if you check eBay, Amazon, the prices in these, they skyrocket. Everybody just kept them all up. And of course, it's mostly scalpers, but what I'm saying is that, and for me, you know, I couldn't even find them. 2 out of 3 Walmarts, they didn't carry them. They were just not there anymore. So they need to, you know, take notes from this, because they do sell. It is money. It makes sense for them to keep making these. So that's my stance. So I think they should keep, you know, they should keep the Decade of Domination series going. Just make it a recurring thing, like the Elites and the Ultimate Editions and like the basic series. Make it a normal series. And just keep it, you know, Ruthless Aggression. They just give the people what they want, you know? Because, like, it must get annoying to get all these crab emojis everywhere just spamming you. So this is money. This sells, and this is what people want. So it makes no sense for them to not keep putting them out. So I think it will work. We will get more in the future, which, you know, I'm hoping. That's just how I feel. But anyway, if we get started with Kofi Kingston right here, he does remind me of his Elite 9, I believe, figure that he comes with the pants, but these are a lot better in material. Yeah, I like this a lot better. It fits him better. The pants and the other one, they got weird after a while. Like, they became way too baggy and they didn't look good. The only problem I think I have with this figure is that the torso is actually really loose. I've never had this problem before. I do have the Elite 17 Kofi, which it has the same torso, so I don't know why this happened with this one. I like the inclusion of the clappy hands. The problem is that he literally doesn't reach to clap, so you can't really do the thing. So I am definitely gonna keep him with his normal boring hands, I would say. But yeah, this is actually how I remember Kofi Kingston. This is really nostalgic for me, because I am not, I'm 19. I'm a Ruthless Aggression era kid and very early PG era kid. So these all hit home pretty hard, especially Big Show. I don't know why. Oh yeah, let me show you what he looks like without the pants. I was gonna just, move along. Yeah, he has the I don't want to be ignorant, but I do think that it's the Jamaican flag and it says Kingston. He does have that in the back. It kind of bothers me, but honestly, I'm not gonna take away. I'm not gonna take off the pants for him. He's just gonna stay like that. And I guess the only problem with the pants is that it is hard to take them off because they are so tight. And the boots, they're they're boots and they get in the way a little bit. So that's a problem a little bit. Oh god, this is not gonna work. Yes, it will. Okay, you just keep pulling, I guess, from here. Let's see. Maybe I should pause the video. No, it's off. It should be fine. Inside out, that's fine. Yeah, they're really tight. I remember the Elite 16 CM Punk had that problem with the shirt because it was really tight around his arms. And he had the elbow pad on top of that. So yeah, the problem here is the heels. Oh god. That's not good. Okay, there we go. That's one. I don't want to ruin the pants. Anyway, I'll do this off camera, but you get the idea. That's basically what he looks like. There you go. In the back. Nice figure. Alright, next up is Beth Phoenix right here. I do like her attire. I've heard people complaining that they didn't really like the attire, but I do. A cool feature about this figure is the hands. I'm not too familiar with Beth Phoenix to really know what... I'm sure this is like a hand signal that she does, but I'm not too sure what it is. But what this reminded me of is that... figures, they all come with these boring, hands, and they're not even natural looking. These are just natural looking. If you pose her like that, she looks normal. It's like they look like normal hands. They're just next to her. So I think they should give us these more, because the microphone still fits in there, and they look more natural. So I do like that a lot. Of course, she comes with the women's belt. I wish she would have came with the Divas one, but I understand why not. This is probably an older attire, and yeah, there it is. Mine doesn't really have any issues with it, and let's see if I can focus on the head scan. I think it looks just like her. It was a nice surprise to see her in the Royal Rumble not too long ago, a couple years ago. Oh yeah, and her boots. They are not black, they're gray. Next we're gonna look at Big Show, and this figure is actually the most nostalgic for me, and I think it's because when I first started collecting, I did get a basic Big Show, and it looked exactly like this, but it was a basic. So I ended up selling it because, I did sell it. I ended up selling it because I decided that I didn't want to collect basics anymore, but, it was one of my first figures, so of course it's gonna stay in my heart, and now I feel like I got him back, but in like the best form possible. Also, this is a really heavy figure. Would I have preferred the singlet to be, not painted necessarily, but for it to be like the Elite 4? Yeah, it would have been better. I think I would have preferred that as opposed to this chair. That's an ugly chair, but yeah, WrestleMania right there. From like, this is like 2009 WrestleMania 26 or 25. God, I don't remember. But yeah. Also, he comes with two huge fists. Like, look at those things; they're huge, and his choke slamming hands. So I think I'm gonna leave one choke slam hand on. Actually, I don't think I want it to be this one. I want the choke slam hand to be the left one, because I do want his fist to be his right hand. So we're gonna leave the choke slamming hand right there. Of course, this man can't hold a microphone, but that is a-okay. Yeah, there's his tattoo right there. Nice and detailed, and this face scan is definitely one of the best. Look at that. That is beautiful. So, yeah, super glad to have this figure. It does have a little bit of a minor defects in the front of the singlet, but it's not that huge of a deal. And last but not least, we're going to take a look at Triple H. And this is such a perfect Triple H figure. I guess the only issue that I have with it is that I wish these were trunks, not necessarily these little shorts that he has. But yeah, this head scan reminds me of a really old Triple H basic head that he used to have. Yeah, he had all the hair in his face and he was angry. I do like this, but I think that one would have gone a lot better with this figure. I might get that, but it's probably rare nowadays because it's an old figure. So yeah, he comes with a world belt, really nice. We haven't seen this in a long time. A water bottle, classic Triple H, and even more classic Triple H, a sledgehammer. And if we take a look at his attire, right there, the game. Yeah. Wow, so yeah, all in all, I think the entire set, the second one is a must get. The first one I wasn't really too excited about. I think the only one worth it from that set is Undertaker. But you know, I'm still a firm believer of like, if you like a figure, get it. But for me, I only liked Undertaker from the first set. But these, all five of them, I think they're all worth it. They're all, they spark. I know they spark something in me, all of them. Even Beth Phoenix. Even if I'm not that like familiar with her, she's Beth Phoenix. Like she was there a long time ago. She was part of the Ruthless Aggression era, and I remember her. I'm just not familiar with her that much. And Kane. Oh god, I can't wait to get Kane. I really hope I do. I'm gonna go next week because I did ask like 3 people at that Walmart if they had Kane in the back or something, and they were like, just check back in a week or 2, and I was like, okay. So I'm definitely going. I'm also gonna keep track of the new Walmarts to see if they start carrying them. Not the new Walmarts, the other 2 Walmarts that I have. And yeah, but if you're gonna get these, definitely go check online. I mean, not online. Go check in stores first because they are normal price. They're like 19 each, but if you check on Mercari, they're like 50 each. So don't do that. Don't jump straight to it unless you really want to figure and you want to really secure it. But for now, I don't think it's worth it. I would hold off on that. Just keep looking in your stores, and I think you'll find them. They're brand new. They're not gonna go out of stock yet. They're gonna keep restocking them for at least the next month, I would say. So yeah, keep looking. I'll definitely do that with Kane, and I'll keep you guys updated if I ever do find him. So these figures, 10 out of 10, all of them, even with the little defects that they have. I think it's better to just have them for what they represent. Not really nitpick, and it's, you know, it's hit or miss with like little details like that. Like Big Show, if I would have just picked one up that was better than that one, I wouldn't have those issues. But you know, just find good figures to pick up. But yeah, that's pretty much the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was On Person, and I am signing out.